Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Nosedive Podcast. It's quite of a milestone, Mark. We're already at episode number 25. Who would have figured that?
Yep, absolutely. I certainly wouldn't have figured that. That's for fucking sure. I tell you that. It's not only episode 25, Vinie. It is because we kind of recorded the last couple of episodes a little bit later, and we've had a bit of a couple of weeks gap. It's actually a year since we started recording the podcast, since the first episode came out with Jay Kenwood on the 23rd or 24th of November. I had to look it up today. So it's our year birthday as well as 25 episodes, which is, according to Gemini AIs, is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's cool to still be on here and still be sharing stories about all these beautiful people that we have in the community. And we're not planning on giving up anytime soon. So definitely still going for the next one on the list.
Absolutely. Apparently, according to statistics, statistically speaking, most podcasts fail after or give up after the third episode. For those that get past the third episode, 90% of those drop out after the seventh episode. So to get to 25, apparently, according to the stats, we would be in the top 1% of most podcasts that just continued. The idea was always to do 2 episodes a month, which we were doing. Then we got a little bit over enthusiastic. I would do like an episode a week, which was just too much, particularly when it was nice and dry and warm and we wanted to Onewheel and not talk about Onewheels. But statistically, 2 every month, we've done pretty bloody good, actually, to be fair. And that's all credit to yourself and a little bit of credit to myself as well. And our guests. But I suppose most importantly is to the 10 consistent people that continue to listen to us every single time we put out an episode.
That's it, man. It's for those people that you do it. Even if there's only one listening out there, we love you.
Absolutely. We know who you are as well. We know who you are because you always comment on all the videos, which is, we know exactly who you are. Man. So how have you been? I've seen you posted a few little videos up and the back is working. Is it still working?
It's still like in between. I had a good session to test out a few things and it's gone well. I've been able to have some fun. I do have to keep it low impact, so no big drops or any other stuff. But riding is okay. I even felt a little bit better the week after that. So also the mental thing comes into play when you're back on the board and you feel the motivation and the adrenaline. It all does something to the body. So I'm glad to be able to do that again, but it's not fully healed again. Today I got the results from my second MRI scan, and apparently there's a bit of bone structure forming near the nerve path in my neck in C6 and C7 for the people who are familiar with the body. So that could be an issue. I don't know. We'll see what we can do with the physiologist. But bone is not something that you remove by yourself.
Oh, you can get a file or something. I don't know. And got a little file here. Just get it in there.
I just hope that they don't have to cut it open. Fingers crossed to see how it evolves in the next few months.
Well, it's a shame that they've found something, but it's a good thing that you're feeling better and getting out there. And I loved on your video because it was so spot on. Every time I've gone out, maybe I've got a little injury or a niggle or something, and you just end up having a really good ride. Like, it's really good. And I watched your video and you're going, I'm having just a little bit too much fun now. So now I think I should just stop. And I'm like, yep, that is spot on. With anyone that's ever had an injury, they're going to be thinking, yeah, I've been there and gone, I could ride for another half an hour or I could go home. I'll think I'll go home.
Yeah, it was the wise decision. So definitely. And I had a really cool session exploring some new stuff, some potential winter spot. So for the people who haven't seen it yet, check it out on YouTube.
And while you're there, comment and like and subscribe to our videos because that really does help things. We always leave that to the end of the video, but statistically speaking, most of you don't get there. So do that at the start of the video. It would really help us out. It would be good. Those 10 people that haven't yet, that would be fantastic. So what plans have you got for the winter? Because it is wet now. It's wet and cold. What are your wintry plans?
So in 2 days from this recording, I'm planning to go to Ibiza.
So you're sacking off winter. That's nice.
trying to. Yeah, we have our teammate Lawrence in Ibiza, and apparently it's a lot better weather over there. So we do have some hot temperatures here, but it's always wet and windy. It's also on an island, so it's probably going to be windy, but it should be less wet. So hopefully we can get some riding time in and just take a breeze and get away from the busy mess that is life. That's the intention.
Definitely. Oh, that'd be nice. Not having to, particularly in Europe, not having to look at the forecast, but look at the forecast for the next 2 or 3 days to make sure there isn't going to be quite as much rain, so that you think that your local area that is usually dry, you can go for a ride in. And that's literally what I've been doing this week. I'm like, well, I can't really go on the weekend, but I might be able to sneak out for a lunchtime ride. But I'm going to have to wait until Thursday because it rained today. And it's not going to rain tomorrow. It'll be nice on Thursday. So I should be able to get to the local forest. It's slightly higher than most of the other. It's all the thinking rather than it's warm and dry. Let me go for a ride in Ibiza. Damn.
That's riding in Europe for you in the winter.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's cool to see that there's a few initiatives out there. Alexis, who we had on the podcast, in the meantime has his trick board ready. So really looking forward to seeing him do some more freestyle stuff because he's so good on that wheel. He has such good balance. So looking forward to what he will bring on the trick board. The VTC contest or competition is also ongoing again. That's an online competition, the virtual trick comp. Last time it was like the grab or the hand tricks. This time it's the nose drag. And there were 2 Europeans in the final last time. It was Nightwheel, the very own James from the UK.
Yep.
And then Vestman, we have Hannes from, it's Liechtenstein, not Switzerland. And it was a cool battle. Cool to see how creative people get when they get like an instruction, like do something with the hands. And there were some awesome tricks pulled off. And also, I saw Vestman doing a new thing. How was it called? I wrote it down. The Blood Dracula. And people are imitating that. It's like a weird trick where you put the one wheel behind your back and you go like, you lift it up. And it's a weird thing. Look it up.
I know I saw it, but I probably didn't register it. And then I saw someone on Instagram today. I'm just sort of scrolling through while I'm supposed to be working, just scrolling through. And I saw somebody doing something like that. Where the fuck are they trying? Where is that coming from? So now at least I know, because I saw it. I thought that just looks like you're going to hurt yourself. That was my immediate thought was, your back's going to get injured there. What are you doing? But it's causing all the physiotherapist bills to go up and the chiropractor's bills. So you must have some shares in there somewhere. I liked when I saw James's little grab slide, because
that was
privileged to have seen him practicing that probably 2 years ago, I think, in exactly the same spot down in Brighton on the beachfront. They had literally, and I mean, it had probably been there a few weeks, just this plastic, you know how you got like decking in your garden? It was like that, but it's plastic decking all the way along the beachfront for blooming miles, so you can get up a lot of speed. And it was just went down there with Luke Watley Big, and literally James was just like, I was like, that's excellent. I just rode, obviously. They tried to teach me how to do a curb nudge, and I'm watching these boys do all these tricks, but that's a very nice slidey place that James has there to practice. So it was nice seeing that. It was really, really nice. It gives a good buzz.
Yeah. Yeah, really, he had a very good flow in that trick. But then in the end, it came down to the final compilation, and Vestman had a few tight tricks in there, and he won the set.
Absolutely.
So another point for Vestman.
Speaking of a previous guest, we do have our guest who's waiting in the lobby. He's been waiting very patiently. I'm going to click the let in button and see if he's there.
Yeah, man. Welcome,
Max's dog.
What's up? Oh, sorry. Hey, what's up, guys?
All goody. How are you, man?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we have a connection.
Okay, cool. What's up? This is so cool. I've watched so many of these, and now I'm like, am I in between you guys? Is that what's going to happen? Like, Vinny?
You will be, you
Mark.
will be.
Well, it's great to
behind
see
the
you guys.
scenes.
We're going to sandwich you.
I try and make a nice sandwich.
You do a really good job with the editing. I'm such a fan of both of you guys, so it's really cool to just be on this end and do this with you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for editing it and talking to me, wanting to talk to me. Appreciate you, both of you guys.
Welcome.
So, Maxwell, for the people who don't know you, please introduce yourself. Who are you and what are you about?
Hi, my name is Max. I'm a one-wheel addict, and I do other things too. I have other hobbies and interests. I like birding, bowling, and I go walking sometimes, my dog, and I have trails and stuff. But uh, yeah, I guess I'm here because of One Wheel, and that's just I feel like it's the one thing that I do for myself every day. I've got work and I got two kids, two boys, 4 and almost 2, and I do like if I can get out for an hour a day and go for a ride, then that's just it's my thing. It's one thing I do for my like it's the one thing I allow myself to indulge in completely. If there's a new one wheel coming out, I'm buying it kind of like no matter what. If they say it's like good and has more power, like this recent board, I bought it like without question. And saying this is actually embarrassing for me to say, but even like the one wheel bike, the antic bike, I feel like that's a very not cool thing to admit to buying. And it's not like a popular, like, because, the float life spike and everything is the cool one. But I had to buy that too, man. I don't know what it is. I just, I do a lot of, I just have so much fun with these devices. And I mean, even though I don't trust them 100% and they have dropped me before, I still ride every day with that like in the back of my mind. And yeah, I took the trip to Europe with those guys. Like I bought those tickets like immediately as soon as I got
think I
approval
saw
from my
that.
wife.
I think we're gonna get onto all those. We're gonna pick apart all those different bits you've thrown in there. But I'm pretty sure I saw that you posted within minutes that you posted on Instagram your completed order form or whatever it was.
They said that there was only so many spots that they were allowing, right? So I had to, I like immediately, my wife was like inside and I like yelled to her from outside and I was like, can I please go on this trip? And she was like, can I go on this Beyonce trip to Atlanta? And so she got her thing and I got my thing. It's everything in my relationship, everything has to be very equal. That's very important. Same thing like with my going out and going for a ride. Like she gets her hour, I get my hour to do whatever I want. So that was a little bit of a stress. I had to, maybe she'll get another Beyonce concert because it was a little lopsided. But yeah, man, I consume all thing One Wheel. I watch like all of this stuff. I love interviews with One Wheel people. Hopefully other One Wheel people will see this and want to interview me too. And it's just about like, for me, I have all these different goals, but it's like making new friends with people in the community and yeah, just being in your life now. Like we can call each other, we can message each other. One of my first interviews was with Scott Mendenhall. That was like a big, scary thing for me to do. And then, so now it's like I can message him. It's like no problem. He knows me. He's giving me shout outs on his show and stuff. It's cool. And you guys, I've got a couple shout outs on your show too, I know. So thank you for that.
No worries. You deserve them. I mean, Scott has a nicely polished setup. He has, I don't know whether it's done in a shed or wherever it is, but it is just, this is my office. But typically I have to clean my desk before I start anything. My microphone is pushed over here. Scott's got a nice setup and he's been going.
No, this is professional, dude.
Yeah.
I had to download an app and I was in a waiting room. This is very professional. And yeah, no, this is very cool. You guys are treating me better as a guest than Scott Mendenhall already. This is a better experience.
The little mints in the green room. Did you get the mints, the virtual mints?
Everything was stocked. Yep. Thank you so much for that was from you. Thank you.
Yep. Excellent stuff. So the question we always like to ask people, and as you say, you are very, very passionate about one wheeling, but what got you into one wheeling in the first place? Where was what the hell is that moment?
It was 2020, a year when not everything was going great in the world. And it was, I remember, so I was driving down the road and I saw this guy on campus who was just like, absolutely, it was like Tyler James with like a suitcase ripping to campus. And he was just like, it was just so cool. And it piqued my interest immediately. And then, when you go to like Google or type any one wheel and just talking about one wheel, you get hit with a million different of the targeted advertisements like everywhere. So then it was like my whole feed was just flooded immediately without even really understanding it. And then, it's hard for me in general to spend money. Like I hate spending money. And I think I found a used XR on Facebook Marketplace that I bought. It was like $1,000 or something at the time, but that was still like really hard for me to do as just buying a toy that I had never even ridden before. I just thought it was really cool. But I guess this happened to a lot of people during the pandemic, where it's like, well, I gotta find some new hobbies. This is like a cool thing I can do by myself, not get anybody sick, just like go and like explore. And it ended up being, yeah, a great thing for all of it. It was a huge part of my life since then. Yeah, I was hooked. It was just like, it looked so cool. It was like the coolest guy I drove by. It was like, James Dean, like smoking a cigarette, like leaning against the wall. And like, as soon as I saw that, I like went and bought a pack of cigarettes and saw this. Yeah, just had, I think it's a lot of the thing, like similar, uh, like electric devices that I'd known about, I thought were like really lame. And like the hoverboards I had tried, like where they've got the
Yeah.
two wheels on either side. And I thought it was just kind of like
Yeah.
a kid's thing. And then like segways are like lame. Seeing people do Segway tours, I always thought that was like just not cool. And then
Yep.
yeah, I saw this guy ripping and I was like, oh my God, that's really fun. And then it turned out to be like not that hard to do, which was like also really encouraging. And then, yeah, I think I went out with my buddy the first day. He broke his collarbone within like 10
Oh,
minutes, and we were in there. That was like, that's another story that like every one wheeler has. It's like the easiest thing to break on a one wheel.
yeah.
And then all my friends like hated me for that, and no one else wanted to do it with me. Then I had to find new one wheel friends. And then there's this
Tougher
guy.
friends.
Yes.
Tougher friends.
Yeah, well, it was cool because, in the One Wheel app, you pull up the map and it has all the rides in your town.
Yeah.
And there was this, like all these dots like in my neighborhood. And I was like, oh man, there's like someone here riding. And I look it up and it's Terrestrial Shredder. And then I find him on Instagram and he's got his own repair shop, an aftermarket light company. And he's like a Clydesdale racer who's like won all this stuff. And then he was, yeah, like 2 blocks from my house. And we
Cool.
became like, he was my first one wheel friend. And to
Yeah.
have someone that's that knowledgeable about it, like work on my boards, like being able to just like walk up the street and have a tire change or whatever was really, really lucky.
I think
And
that's
so
a big. That's quite a nice big well, nice for you guys. It's such a big difference compared to Europe and the US. In that, when I first got one wheel, same time it was 2020 pandemic. I decided I needed to do something selfish for myself. It was my 40th birthday, so I bought a one wheel. Opened up the app and it's like, well, there's some people in London and there's some people in Scotland, and that's about it that have registered on the app so far. And it's like, not a couple of blocks down the street. I assume it's probably the same for you, Vinie, initially.
No, it was very strange. There was also Kay Love, who's like a famous one wheel rider, racer, been to Race for the Rail, whatever. She like works and lives in the same town as me too. It was just like, wow, how is there two professional one wheel riders like within my like 20-minute like little ride that I'm like riding past? And yeah, I'm very fortunate to
Definitely.
do that.
Yeah, those are pretty good riders.
And then, yeah, it is definitely, I noticed like from going out to Europe and talking to those guys, like it is such a big difference. Like being able to ride out, like it's best. Like if you don't know how to work on boards, like you're not riding, or you have to like be buying new boards every time.
There is such a difference in just the simplest things. I think pretty much every one wheeler in the UK, knows how to change a tire, knows how to strip a board down and put it back together again, because there isn't a shop just down the corner that you can go, guys, can I give you a few dollars and you'll save me half an hour of my time of watching Jeff at the Float Life fit a tire again and again and again and rewind that video. I think, how is he doing? What are those man's hands made of? It's like, on the tire. Like, no, fucker. I have been thumping this thing. I've been hitting it with bits. And you can't take it to an end. So you have to learn how to do all this stuff yourself. And I think now the community is growing a little bit where I've got a few friends that go, can you change a tire? And everyone's like, yeah, I'll change a tire. I can waterproof your board. Whereas 5 years ago, everyone's like, how do I do this? I'm gonna have to learn myself, which the combination of one wheel technology and YouTube and stuff like that, you can do that, whether it's vesking your board or whether it's just fixing and changing a hub or whatever.
Some people enjoy that. Some people like that, looking up how to solder on YouTube and like all that stuff. And I was talking to PJ about it, and he was like, "Yeah, like I wish I could just like when a board breaks, like have somebody fix it. But I have to do this like in order to ride. And yeah, no, I feel for you guys. When I was out there too, everyone was definitely like pushing the FM guys to like do something in Europe. Like it's like a missed opportunity for them, like marketing wise.
I think I remember seeing something at some point that there were plans pre-pandemic, and then the
I don't think
pandemic.
they were against. They're not like against it. Like
Whether
I
they
think
were
a
going
lot
to
of
get
people.
anywhere with that, I don't know. But I think that the plans were scuppered by the pandemic. And then I imagine, as did happen in Europe, the sales in the States probably went through the roof, and they probably went, look at all this money falling on us. We don't need to worry about the European market. And now you've definitely probably got, I would say in England, at least, it's definitely 50-50 is when you turn up onto a ride as to how many people are on VESC and how many people are on FM boards. There is a balance there.
Right.
And the only thing you have to wait for is the people that are on the FM boards for their boards to break, and then they will just have to go VESC.
Right. Yeah, that's the natural, because how much does it cost to ship a board to California for you guys?
300 euros approximately.
Yeah,
300 euros. Wow.
Yeah. I think when a couple of my friends, their GTS broke within the guarantee. So I think FM did have it shipped to and from them. They did pay for that, but it was going to cost like £500 or something to get it shipped there. And if they were doing it themselves, you kind of go, well, that's the cost of just getting a set of circuitry and stuff from Fungineers or wherever, and just getting in and just going, bang, I've done it. And all of a sudden my board's got a lot more torque. It's got a lot more power. And there are a bunch of people there with soldering irons going, well, there is no soldering. I've done my board. There is no soldering. It is so the misconception. Now that I have had to go VESC, I chose to for my boys' boards because they just didn't have enough range. Now that I've had to go through the process 3 times, I've VESC'd 3 boards now. I've got a 4th one that I could do. There is no, isn't that hard. It really, I am a nurse by background. I am a nurse, and my last 11 years of my job, I've sat at a desk doing teaching. I don't know how to fix stuff. All I do is you take the board out, you watch the video, you stick the board back in again, and you plug everything in the right way, and it works. The most technical thing is the bloody app. And even at that, now you've got Float Hub and Floaty and stuff like that. It does it for you anyway. I can do it. A monkey
That's
can do
still
it.
those decisions though. That's like such a shitty decision to have to make, being like, even if your board is in warranty, like there's like a chance that they won't accept it, and then you're stuck on that bill for the shipping. And then so yeah, it's like, do you risk that and then get them to fix it and it's like no problem, or then they like hold your board hostage for whatever 400 euros or whatever to get it back, which is that's a hard decision to have to make. And I could see why. For me, it cost. There was one time where I sent it to them. I've had a bunch of different warranty claims, but there was one time I think it's like $80, which isn't nearly as bad as 300. I mean, it's not great, but it's. I've gotten
on a $2,000, $3,000 hobby toy. 80 isn't enough to get it fixed.
Right. Yeah. No, I think I feel like I've like a good relationship with those guys too. And like, if I like message like Austin Silva or Neil Bennett or something, I'm like, hey, I'm sending a board in that's broken. Like, can you guys, like, I've gotten like lucky with my warranty repairs, like boards that have been out like longer, like over a year, whatever, out of mileage, and they'll fix them. And then you'll also see people like on Facebook, like complaining about whatever boards having issues and then them being out of warranty and getting them fixed. And so for whatever, all of like the scary stories, there are like good stories too. And same thing, with all these guys. And I feel like in Europe, it's like the natural progression is if you're having board, you VESC it to, you save money and there's like no real downside. But here, it's like there is like this divide or this thing, like how I said about buying the Future Motion bike is gonna that's like embarrassing to talk about.
Have you?
People are gonna give me shit after this. Not yet, but it will be here. I bought it. Yeah, it'll be here in a couple of weeks.
I'm not gonna lie. If someone turned up with a Future Motion bike, I'm on that bastard. I'm on it. I'll have a go.
It's it looks fun, and I think my main reason, I'll say, before whatever everyone in the comments calls me, whatever they're going to say, is that in my town, the wheelie fun bike, it looks like way more illegal. like those would get taken because there's just like so much in it. And I feel like the antic bike, it has like, it looks like a scooter, like with nothing in there. Like I feel like there's not, I'm going to be less likely to like get in trouble on riding one of those around my town. Because right now, like e-bikes and this, I don't know if this is happening to you guys too, but there's like these just gangs of kids just going like 50 miles an hour in their cul-de-sacs, popping wheelies, raising hell. And what happens in America, you might know the government is kind of like really shitty, and we'll just like group all of those into like one class, and then all of a sudden everyone's banned and like no one wheel, no anything. So we have to be really careful. And in my town, there are a lot of bikeways and pedestrians, and it's going to be, yeah, I try to be like respectful, and it's definitely like on my mind. And when I was making that decision to buy the bike, it was like, this is going to get me in more trouble than this one.
So yeah, it's definitely a slimmer model. So I see the reasoning behind that. It definitely looks less intimidating on the streets as well. So I get that.
It also
when's the due date?
They said after the holidays. So January is what I'm suspecting.
You've got to do things that you want to do. And I know you're saying that people might give you hate or give you shit or stuff like that. But when you get to a certain age, you learn not to give a shit what other people think. You don't need to give a shit about what all the other kids are thinking. Just crack on with your life and enjoy your life and do that. And yeah, people are going to make their comments, but then they're going to go home and not think about you again. If they are thinking about you again, they need some therapy.
Right. No, that's a good point.
And I'm really Maxwell's bought one of those antic bikes, and it's been 3 days now since he's posted that the video came out, and I'm really still very pissed off about it. Some therapy, buddy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I think it is. I mean, this is hard. Like, being vulnerable and talking like online to people and having people watch. Like, I've gotten so much hate online, especially, as much as I love the Onewheel community, like the Facebook Onewheel community is like so toxic. And so, same thing like with just like posting on like Reddit or anything takes like huge balls. And yeah, I've had people just really be mean to me and bullies online, that it took a while. Like, that's not why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this to like piss off anybody or get in like arguments with people online. So I think I definitely have learned that lesson, and I try to like remind myself of that. But it's not like it's not pleasant. Do you guys have haters? Do you have haters?
Yeah. No, I don't think we do. If we do, I don't think I'd let them get a word in edgewise. I'm trained to talk.
On my YouTube channel in the beginning, started about 5 years ago with making videos. I was behind the camera for a while and making other stuff and filming other people, but I was never in front of the camera. And when I finally got myself as far, there were a few people following me, and I started making Dutch content. And suddenly I switched to English because I noticed that my whole community for one-wheeling was speaking English. And this dude was so mad that I was not doing my authentic stuff in my own language. And yeah, there were a few hate comments as well, but I never really to me, it says a lot more about the people that are making the comments than about me. And after a while, I didn't even bother about those things. So that's for me is a very good way to deal with that, because it actually says a lot about the people's circumstances, what is going on in their life, and not about what's going on with you. We are trying to push something, and we have to learn.
Exactly.
Feedback is always welcome. Criticism, as long as it's positive, is always welcome. But yeah, it's part of the process.
Well, there is something about there will be like, so we've been doing this for like 30 minutes or something, right? And someone would have been watching this, and then to like take that time out of their day to just like type something angry on the internet to like make, I don't know, I see this, or I'll see someone's YouTube show or whatever, and they're spending time editing it and talking to the internet. And it's like, I can't imagine, like, if I wasn't interested in this, I'd go watch the next thing. I'd swipe, I'd go search for something else. Like, I think like sometimes if you are controversial and you like, I've had a couple videos that will pose like a question, a controversial question or whatever. And those get like a lot of those like rage baiting things like get the most attention, I feel like. And maybe I'm doing it to myself sometimes. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's just, yeah, if you don't like someone's stuff, just don't watch it or don't just go on to the next thing.
But if you do like it, share it to other people. God, I've got to get off this soapbox, banging the drum, banging the nosedive
No,
drum.
I don't know. Maybe it's the same for you guys, but like I have my Onewheel friends and like other friends, and I've tried to like make them Onewheel or whatever. But for the most part, like a lot of my friends, they know that I have like a YouTube channel or whatever. Like my real friends that I've had like my whole life or whatever. And they're like, they support me, but like they're not liking my videos. They're like they're talking to me about it. They just scroll, and that's fine.
Yeah, it's definitely something that excuse me, that happens because yeah, I've really noticed when you put your stuff out there, there's always gonna be people, especially if you have an opinion, there's always gonna be people who interact with that opinion. Some people will have the same opinion, some people will have a different opinion. And that's all good because that opens up the conversation, and we luckily still have the tools to shut things down if you don't like it or if it's going out of hand. But it definitely is needed to evolve as people, because if you want things to change, you have to put it out there. That's what I did in the beginning with my stuff. I wanted my life to change, so I took the decision to put myself out there instead of running away from things. And I didn't have a lot of friends back in the day, and I was getting very isolated, and just putting myself out there really opened up a whole new bag of friends and a whole new experience for me. So that was really cool to see.
And that's like inspiring too for other people, for me and like other people that are seeing you and going out and doing video. That's my favorite kind of like interaction with people online, is like they see me, just some nobody dude with like whatever, my camera, making a video, and they're like, hey, I can do that. And there's been, yeah, like all these like internet friends that I know just from that like see other people doing this and they say, hey, I can do that. And they get inspired. Yeah. That's another really cool thing about the sport.
Yeah. I wouldn't know the two of you if I wouldn't one wheeling. So, and we're like halfway across the globe. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Like just the relationships that I've built with you and people like I've watched. This is my first time like talking to you, like really talking to you. But I do feel like I know you because of watching all this stuff. Like I know about you. Like, do you find that like people will watch your stuff and then it's like you have these relationships with them? Like they're not like they know us.
I thought that was funky in the beginning, because once people in the community started knowing me from my videos, and then you start going to events, and suddenly people come to you and they start talking to you like they already know you for years, and then your brain goes, whoa, did I already meet you? Who are you? What's going on? And like all these things are going on in your brain, and you have to have the conversation at the same time. And I'm so hard at that, because I even miss out on people's names because of that, because there's too much stuff going on. Get some getting used to, but it's nice.
On that note, I shall apologize, Vinie, because I'm pretty sure that's probably what I did with the first time I met you, was that because Vinie had put out the videos, then started talking about the WoW event that he was running, and we were like, hell yeah, we're going to go. And, you watch all the videos to get a bit of an idea of the vibe of the event and stuff like that and all the rest of it. Then you rock up and you're like, hi. You're like, who the fuck are you?
Right. Yeah. No, I feel like I know, like I did a video with Vinie where he was ripping through this forest in Belgium. And like editing it, like looking at it and like listening to him talk about it. It's like, I was there. I might have I know everything about your forest. Like I could navigate through that forest.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
it's cool to be able to share those experiences.
The Shred Diary videos that you do, and particularly I enjoyed the Dolomites one. I remember when Future Motion announced they were doing that, I was in, sound like I'm jet setting and I'm bragging. I was in Venice. When they were talking about the Dolomites.
You were there. Did you have your wheel?
No, sadly not. Sadly not. We were just on a short break. But yeah, I was in Venice, and so when we went for a little tour, and they were like, "Oh, if you go at the very end of the city, you go down to the docks, and you can see across and all the rest of it." And I think it was then later on that afternoon, we just went for a really long walk and went to this spot to where the sun was setting. I went, the Dolomites. Literally, that's the Dolomites Mountains, and that was nice. I think I put a little post in the EOL chat about being there. It's like, I can see why they want to go and ride it, but it certainly looked like you had a good time. Well, for the majority of the time, you had a good time.
I had a good time, even when I broke my collarbone on I missed 2 or 3 days of riding at the end.
Okay.
But it was still not like I got to be a tourist for those days, and
So
it couldn't
so
have
there,
been. It could have happened in a way worse situation, like up on top of one of those mountains, and I would have had to get a helicopter or what.
Yeah.
But it was right there by the service road, and Jack Mudd drove me to the hospital, and it was €100 to get 10 X-rays, which is no, it would have been 20 times that in the States. And yeah, it was I got to hang out with PJ. We went to the spa and ate good food, and I can't the worst thing about it was just people feeling sorry for me and having to it didn't hurt that bad. It was just kind of embarrassing. And then, but now, it's all fully healed. It's stronger than before. And I can just kind of laugh at it and not be oh, I had a bad, it was still a good experience. And
yes,
would I have
seeing this,
not, it would have been great to not have gotten hurt. And I see the videos that whatever Christy and Martine or whatever were posting from the days that I missed. And I'm I really wanted to ride there too, but it's still it was still a really good experience. And yeah,
I
it's
mean, to be
whatever.
fair,
It's part of the game.
The broken collarbone bit aside, when you go on a long holiday like that, sounds kind of nice. Just to take a couple of days off at the end and go to a spa and stuff. Because I know on the Portuguese tour that Fabio runs. Well, when we interviewed Fabio, there was Lars and Nick were off in some sauna, and I did see some pictures later on Instagram that I didn't want to see of Lars and Nick in towels. But it's kind of that sort of you get to a point. Yeah, it's nice to go on just to have a break, and all right, not a break, but a restful break.
No, yeah, the whole thing was wild to me. Just being away from my family for that long too was crazy, and everything was just sitting in the airport with an iced coffee was I might as well have been on heroin, just because it was just no one needing me and no responsibilities. And then yeah, it was I definitely would recommend it to anybody, and I want to do it again. That was part of my goal, to be able to get invited to one of those again. And I was able to not piss off any of the Future Motion guys, so I think I'll be able to go back. And yeah, I think, what other sport can you do a trip like that with professional athletes and videographers? And it was it was the nicest thing I've ever done.
Absolutely.
And I can't compare it to anything else.
I mean, you add in the extra bit of PJ and Martin wanting to not only provide a good service of going and doing some rides, but they get to have fun doing that as well. So they get to go and do the wicked rides.
Dude, they had the coolest job. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my, they were getting to go out and explore and do the recon and find all the places, and they were having a great time. They were so nice too. They were that service too, having a guide, and just imagining trying to do that on my own, not knowing which trails are good or not good. And then it would be they knew all the good spots, they knew the bad spots, or the spots that were there's an easy ride and a not so easy ride every day. There was everything was planned out so that we could not have to worry about that kind of stuff on a vacation, and just be able to go ride was awesome. So good.
Yeah. Shout out to PJ and Martin for putting that thing together. I saw all the videos, and there was a lot of hard work that was put into there to get that route properly done, and to make sure that everybody had a good time. So shout out to you, PJ Martin.
They're so great. I love them, both of them. Yeah, PJ, he helped me out a lot when I got injured. He was also kind of sick, so we just hung out. And yeah, Martine was so sweet and just such a good guy. He said that he had cancer recently, came out with that, which is just really sad. But he's doing a really good. He's healing now, and he said he's going to be okay. But yeah, he didn't talk about that when we were in Italy, and just finding that out recently was kind of crazy. But yeah, I just love those guys. I'm sure I kind of they might watch this. I think they're going to watch this.
Yeah, probably. So, he's been a good sport about it, and trying to take it on in a humorous way, which is probably the best thing for Martin to do. As we know him, he's a very cheerful person, and I hope him and his family find the love and the strength to get through this
in a proper
100%.
way.
How was it actually to hang out with the Onewheel crew? Because you mentioned that you have the pro riders, you have camera crews, and like, how is it to go about your day with such a crew around you?
Yeah, I feel like that was like hanging out with like Tyler James and Bodie, like ripping like Verona was yeah, it was like it's just crazy seeing like their behind the scenes for all of like the reels and stuff was so funny. Just they're professional influencers. Like it's you know, we're like standing at the bridge and it's like, let's go explore Verona. Like let's they're just saying that like 10 different times in different inflections and different shots. And yeah, just seeing all that was crazy. And then yeah, having the camera crew. So Kevin is the like one of like the most hardworking dudes at Future Motion, and he was just he was really cool to hang out with. Everyone was like, I think there was some weirdness about it because it's like they're like these one wheel celebrities, and then after, I mean, they're just like regular dudes though. They're just like normal ass dudes that have you know their own things in life, and they're not like I mean. It, it was like hanging out with like yeah Michael Jordan if you're like a basketball player or whatever, and you see them as like
Yeah.
you know these one wheel gods, but they're I don't know. I feel like Tyler James definitely lives up to all of that. Like he's like anybody else. Like if I tried to do like the Welcome to Verona stuff that they were doing, it would have been like super cringy and horrible. Like I'm not a good actor. I'm not good at it. But Tyler
Yeah.
James, he's like he's not acting. He is like that stoked and genuine about everything like all the time, and he's just so like pure and so good at shredding. And so like the first day yeah when we were in Verona, we were going out for a ride and like went up this mountain, and you're supposed to, when you get your board, you're supposed to charge it up all the way for the first time. Like I didn't do that, ran out of battery prematurely. And it's always like embarrassing to run out of battery, like a group ride with your favorite pro one wheelers. And then he like
We're hoping to wake up from
literally
the nightmare.
he literally like have you seen the hack where you're out of battery and then you just like push against it and regen getting pulled?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
they did that like all the way to this bar where I could charge. And I was ready to just be like, okay, guys, just like leave me behind. I don't want to be a party pooper. Like I'll walk or I'll get in a taxi back to the hotel or whatever. But he like didn't leave me. And that was like the first day. So that was really sweet. That kind of set the
That's
tone
cool.
for the rest of the trip. And yeah, Bodie, he's like a professional videographer and everything too. It was cool, like editing my shred diary, and he's like there and he does stuff like very you know professionally, and I'm like not professional, but it was still like cool to have advice from those guys. And then yeah, like Jack, like I said, Jack drove me to the hospital, and he's just like a totally normal ass dude. And you know we talked about like not one wheel stuff, like his mom being a teacher and his girl or his wife. It was like things like that I mean I'm gonna remember that. It's like a sweet special moment for me.
What I really like most about the concept is that they give people the chance to, because if you want to learn, you always want to be in an environment with people that are better than you or that already did something that you want to learn. And that's really cool that Onewheel offers people the opportunity to tune into their life and their workflow that you can really see, especially if you're interested in like learning how to write better, learning how to make better content, whatever they have to offer. It's cool that people can tap into that and really see how that works for a company and how it works on that magnitude as well. So
Yeah, no, that was what just like yeah, we would go riding and then we'd go up to the spa after. They'd be like in the hot tub pitching their marketing ideas, like, all right, let's get like a pizza and go up. We'll have like a picnic thing. We'll get Tucker Doss to do this, and then yeah, seeing it come out like on Instagram like
yeah,
weeks later was yeah, it was just cool seeing yeah, being a part of all that. Yeah, I just say I didn't learn that much from them, but I could have. People could have in theory.
always learn with your eyes and ears. Yeah.
What I was going to ask was the last set of videos you put out you've been putting out some little bits and pieces, but of the shred diaries were from Italy. When can we expect more shred diaries content? When you get the bike, when you get the
Yeah.
antic bike?
Yeah, I feel like at this point I need to be like you probably feel this way too sometimes, but like I can't just do like another just follow me video. There needs to be some other element. I need to be like really inspired and to do a video at this point. And yes, in following that series, I feel like I can't just do a look at me right around my town on wheel. I need to have like a good video to just to keep me interested in doing this too. Like I have to be stoked on it and be like really into it to make it a good video worth watching and worth doing. Um, and I've got like a couple like bad ideas floating around that maybe I'll do. Or when the bike comes, I feel like that'll be like I'm gonna be super stoked and and I like filming stuff like that, like unboxing. All of my unboxings on YouTube have like the most eyes on them. And they're all like
you've got
if you have
to
the
hold back the excitement a little bit when it comes. You got to and go and grab the camera and get everything ready, because you're gonna be waiting and they're gonna turn up and you just go, could have filmed that. Yeah, I think you got to get that on camera. That's gonna be pretty damn cool to see.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's like it's good memories too. Like I think all like this is gonna be a cool memory for me when I'm old, or like if my kids will watch this one day maybe, or like I don't know. If I die, maybe my wife would watch this. That's what she said. She'd watch my stuff if I'm when I'm dead. But yeah, this is all like that's a big part of this for me too, is just making memories. And like the Dolomite videos, like that's just a great memory for me. Going through those videos, editing those was so fun too, getting to like relive those moments. And really, it was just like so breathtakingly beautiful. Like you would just keep going down the road and there'd be another castle and waterfall and like beautiful cows. And yeah, it was all super beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something nice, something really good for my next video. I think you can expect another Shred Diary video. Yeah, at least when the Antic Bike comes out.
And what's the actual goal of your YouTube channel? Because you have the Shred Diary, you also have you sponsor some people. You have a team with the Shred Diary.
Right.
Do you have a specific goal with the channel? Where do you want to take it?
Right. So my goals in all of this have been evolving like nonstop. Really, just in the beginning, it was just to like insert myself into these people's lives that I know from the internet and want to be friends with. And like, yeah, and that was like I did that, right? Like I interviewed like Kyle Hansen and now he's messaging me. I got his, I can text Bodie or whenever I want.
Text Bodie and tell him to reply to my emails.
Oh, yeah, totally. Oh yeah, he's not good at email.
No, he's not. He's terrible. I had an email from him going, yeah, definitely be on the podcast, definitely be on the podcast. And I replied within like 2 minutes, and that was about 3 months ago. So I'm waiting to get.
We can do like we can get a promo. You can get a clip right now, and we'll be like, all right, Bodie, you gotta right back, Mark, and get on the Nosedive podcast.
Yeah, everyone tag Bodie Harrison now to get him on the podcast.
You should get them. You guys should definitely get him. You guys should interview, Jack Mudd. He'd be a good one. You should do Tyler, all those guys. They're all. I know you did Austin, and yeah, I think you guys are doing such cool interviews, and this is so. I really like just interviews and doing this. I don't know. I got super into like Nardwar. If you know Nardwar, he's like a great interview.
Yeah.
He interviews like musicians and Hot Ones and Chicken Shop Day. Those are both really, big YouTube interview things. And yeah, this is all so cool. So thank you guys.
Yeah, the main goal for me at least is to kind of get to know the people behind all the stories, because we see so much stuff going on online and you can only see fragments of what's in people's lives. So it's really nice that this platform gives us a chance to actually dig a bit deeper into the stories of the people and get to know them properly. So that's cool.
Right. Yeah. And I think, that's my main goal. I feel like the team, that was cool. Like I'm all about like good ideas. If there's like a good idea that someone comes to me with and wants to do something, like I will promote it. And with the Shred Diary team or the Chillest crew or whatever, like I just kind of wanted to make a space, like a community within the Onewheel community that's just like supportive of different people making these videos and content, and like before, I mean, anyone that like goes and they'll make a Onewheel video on Instagram, they're tagging like Float Life and Flight Fins and whatever, like all the different, and then like no one like reposts them or whatever. I'm like, fuck that. I'm reposting everybody. Like you can be on I'm not like saying no to anybody unless they're like a total asshole. But I feel like I want to be like that space for the misfits or the, like, not everybody can be like this Tyler James, beautiful, Onewheel guy. And I think there's a lot of us that I've seen people get like burnout and discouraged. Like a lot of people, like you keep trying to like get into this space or get accepted by these different groups and it not working out. So that's kind of like I created that for like myself too, just to have a space to do that. The same thing with Chillist, the Chillist Facebook group. That was like born out of having like nowhere to post my videos because everyone would talk shit to me and be mean to me. And then it's like, well, we can start a group where one of the rules is like don't be an asshole. And like you can post stuff without fear of like just people being really mean and telling me whatever, no one likes your videos, your family hates you, whatever.
Man.
So what's your actual role in the Chillist? Because we all know Kyle as well as one of the faces of Chillist. What do you
Right.
actually do within that community?
Well, it's a Facebook group, and so I'm a moderator, and there'll be so I need to like like people are very sensitive in the Onewheel community, so we have to kind of moderate people being assholes. There was the 40 plus Facebook group, which was like the chill Facebook group. And for the longest time, like owners group, like everywhere was just so toxic. It like imploded. The owner, the admin guy, banned everyone and started talking. Kyle got removed or banned. And I didn't know Kyle very well, but I just knew him as someone that posted positive things and was just a normal dude. And then we were like, kind of like, what if we do our own group? And then he had the idea of doing this. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And honestly, at first, I thought it was like super cool how I think when things aren't super popular, they're cool. And now that Chillist is like, you see everybody wearing Chillist stuff. Now I'm like, it's not as cool anymore. But I still like, I wear it all the time. Like they've got the softest shirts, and I've got like a full Chillist wardrobe.
You'll have to start a new Facebook group, which is slightly more Chillist.
So we've been almost talking for an hour. I have one more question for you, except if you still have questions, Mark. But my question for you is, what is the next big adventure for you? Like you have the bike coming, but do you have any plans after that? Big plans?
The like Onewheel related stuff. There's this group in Atlanta, the Atlas Shop crew. They acquired this property, this mountain, Squatch Mountain, and they're building all these trails out there. And some of the dudes that were in Europe with me are like a part of that crew, and they saw my videos and they said they would fly me out there to document riding out there when, like, in the spring. So that'll be cool. And then I feel like if there is a cool Onewheel thing to happen, then I would want to do it. Maybe something will come of this. I'll get invited on another podcast by somebody.
Life is an adventure.
Right. Yeah, I feel like trips like that and adventures and doing things like that. You just I feel like you only have so much time. Like life is short. You just do the trip. Like you're not gonna regret it. And just to get out and do it.
That's good advice there.
Thanks for your time today. Thank you for it's mid-afternoon for you, and it's evening for us and bedtime for Vinie. And almost, I always say that. We're an hour difference. But Max, thank you very much for your time today, man.
Thank you for your time and editing this, and anybody's that watched all this. It's awesome. You guys are so cool. Thank you for this. I really appreciate it.
Definitely. It was so good to finally talk to you and dig a bit deeper into who Maxwell really is.
Yes. Hopefully I'll do a good antic bike video that'll blow up, and I'll come back and talk to you guys about it if you want.
Definitely, man.
Definitely. Always welcome.
Awesome. All right. Love you guys.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. So what a nice chat to Max. I finally know that it is Max and not Maxel. That was a bit misleading on the internet. I was always wondering that. So that's why these interviews are so good. You get to know stuff.
Definitely, man. Definitely. That was good fun. That was a really good chat. The man has got a lot of energy, and he absolutely, I mean, it was obvious anyway, but he absolutely loves one-wheeling, and it is so good to see. True. And I have for probably about a year or so when we started doing all of this, and you start watching more. I've certainly started taking in a lot more content of people and stuff like that. I was like, the guy, he's on the list. He's on the list. And the Shred Diaries have always just been just an enjoyable. I know he was saying, he said, you got to have something. I want to have something to do. You have to have that drive to want to do a video. But genuinely, it's just nice listening to someone just free flow their thoughts as they're cruising around town and just enjoying themselves. It's sometimes it's good content to watch.
Yeah. And it's definitely in the content community, it's something that is much more appreciated these days because it's authentic. And with all the AI stuff going around, people are really actually looking for authentic stuff. So I love that he's putting out those kind of things for us to watch and enjoy.
Definitely. Speaking of enjoy, how long are you going to be in Ibiza for? It's Ibiza. If you're from England, it's Ibiza, but I go Ibiza for the European.
Yeah. It's going to be a short trip. It's going to be 4 days on the island. So 1 day flying there, 4 days there, and then 1 day flying back.
That's not so bad.
It's not so bad. And it gives me some time to also film with Lawrence because we're still working on the skirt video project. And it's cool to have some time with the team members and to put together a creative thing because that's what I like to do. That's what the team is about. Cool.
Excellent, man. Oh, wow. It's been an enjoyable year.
Is it that time already?
Party poppers or something. It wasn't until today that I realized.
I had something that I wanted. I wanted to ask you something, Mark, because I've seen you fiddling on a lot of wooden features the last few days. So what's going on there?
My God. Well, far be it from me to mention Shred the Shires.
It's been an hour or so.
Notice I said my event, an event. I didn't even say the name earlier. I'm conscious of it. Yeah, we decided to have a build day. One of the things, and you'll know this, that we wanted to do a part of Shred the Shires is the team. Sounds stupid. We want to spend less time doing it. Like there is so much preparation and planning ahead of the event that you get to the event and you're so exhausted just from the weeks and months leading up to it. And one of the big things is the features. And I don't mind spending the weekends and stuff when I'm back at the Shred the Shires and I've got my kids and they help me build all the last features. But I said to the team, it would be good if we could do a build weekend because there's so many little annoying jobs to do. So more than half the team came over. We dragged out all the previous year's features. So we strengthened all of those. We've put some to one side that I'm going to reskin. That I will reskin with some different plywood just to give them a bit of a spruce up. And then we have a main feature part of the track that we are building that Kate's designed. And during the process of the building, we redesigned. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say on that. It's just, it's have a look on the Shred the Shire's Instagram. There's a long ramp in there. There's going to be a few more parts to that one main central part of the feature. But the whole purpose of it is we're building more features so that we can have a wider track. I mentioned nearly everyone we've spoken to about racing has said wider tracks, more opportunities to overtake. So our plan is all of our features will be double features, and that's what we were doing.
Yeah, it looks like the Shred the Shires race is going to get a lot more interesting in the next year if we see the feature. So looking forward to that.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
All right. I think people have heard enough of our blabbering, so I think we can shut down the episode for today. And thank you so much for enduring us and indulging us. And we'll be here probably this year or the next year with another episode. So, Mark, take it home.
We must get the calendar sorted out. Yes, guys, keep that nose up.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.